This is Kathy Beal of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of February 10th, 2020. Think you know what's going on? Think again. Actually, don't think. Thinking isn't what's happening right now. The planet that rules communication is in the sign of Pisces, where information comes in images and hunches and colors and feelings and by osmosis, and not through logical thought. And Mercury is making a link to the ruler of Pisces midweek, and it kind of adds to the double strength feeling of, I don't know what's going on, and dreams giving you information, and waking up and feeling like you've been somewhere, and sensing what's going on with people, and having telepathy, and having the feeling that the words being said to you, particularly over media, don't have anything to do with the truth. That's because you probably don't. We're in massive don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain mode right now. And this feeling of what is real, what is an illusion, I don't quite understand what's going on, and your gut telling you one thing and logic and tangible, seemingly tangible evidence telling you something else, your intuition is going to win out. This is a really Orwellian bunch of aspects, and they're reflected by phenomenally Orwellian behavior and developments in the news. I don't think I have to spell that out for you. It's real black is white and white is purple, and oh, you think you see 5 lights, there are really only 3 there. There's a whole Star Trek The Next Generation episode about Picard being brainwashed over how many lights were in the room. There's a lot of that happening right now. And on top of that, we're coming off a Leo full moon where everybody is hyper aware of whether they're getting attention or not. And some people are acting out and some people are stomping their feet because Mars, the planet of action, is in a let's get going relationship with all this other fiery energy. Could be a lot of anger, could just be, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, stomp, stomp, stomp. Could also be, damn it, nothing makes sense. I think I'm going to just enjoy life, which actually has a lot to argue for it. And particularly on the day that falls in the midst of all of this, Valentine's Day. Dun, dun, dun. A day that is hyped as this wonderful day of romance, and it is for so many relationships a phenomenally stressful, even depressing day. But not necessarily this time. This year, whether you're with someone or not, whether you're interested in someone or not, the 14th does hold potential for some really nice, sweet, escapist vibes, particularly as a means of getting away from all the edginess and all the weirdness out in the world. Why not just go off into your own little bubble for a tiny bit? But not for too long, because it's very quickly moving into down to work time. The 16th is get to work season officially launching. Mars, the planet of action, enters the sign of Capricorn, where so much activity has been and is still going on, and very slowly and methodically trots across the degrees where all of this activity has been happening. He's not going to make direct contact with any of the bodies there this month, but he's already pushing us into work, work, work. Let's be productive. What little thing can I do today to get moving on this? It could be a really helpful way of dealing with this double strength Mercury in Pisces, confusing what is real, who's crazy, is everybody crazy, energy that's going on. Sometimes when it's really, really nuts out, doing something like the dishes, making your bed, scrubbing the tile in the shower can be remarkably good for your soul and grounding, and Mars moving into Capricorn is going to encourage you to pay attention to your body, to what you're doing with it, and maybe actually, I don't know, use it, move it. Mars is there till the end of March, so you've got a good long while to get moving on all this. It's an influence that supports knocking items off your to-do list, doing 1, 2, 3 tiny steps on a regular basis, and making slow and steady process. And right when Mars makes this shift, Mercury takes on triple strength weirdness, stationing retrograde. So, Mercury in Pisces already has some of the confusing qualities of a Mercury retrograde. Mercury linking with Neptune in Pisces doubles that. Then on the 16th, Mercury stations retrograde. He will stay retrograde into March. So we could all be walking around in a daze, like, I don't know what's going on. And this is the kind of influence that causes you to show up places and not have things you need, like your wallet, or be at an airport and not have your passport. Now, this is actually useful if you look at it from a different perspective, and that is triple strength Mercury Pisces tendencies, guidance, inspiration, creativity off the charts. Problem solving by going to sleep on it, waking up, bam, answers full blown. Going back over old business and stumbling on things, data indicating there's been massive confusion, there's been somebody fooling themselves, there's been somebody outright lying. Very useful. So, quite odd that we have Mars in slow and steady, slow and steady, slow and steady, and our communication mode in hello? I think I know how I would spell that. And I have a lot more about this in my guide to Mercury retrograde for 2020 at Om Times, and I'll put the link in the description below this. Okay, so homing thought of the week. What small step can I take today? Song of the week. One Foot in Front of the Other from the Rankin and Bass Christmas special. Santa Claus is coming to town. I don't care if it's out of season. The song fits. And the image of the week is fog. You'll find more about all this at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can get my guide to 2020, which will help you project manage the growth that is unfolding this year. You can also listen to these weekly podcasts, read my forecasts for new moons, full moons, and the month, and book a session with me. You can also keep Astro-Insight going for as little as $1 a month by supporting patreon.com/Kathy Beal, where you'll find a terrific amount of bonus content at various levels. There's an ongoing conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited in the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. You'll find me on Instagram at @KABeal and on YouTube at The Professional Aquarian Channel. Talk to you next week.